Just had a nectarine, was going along. It's quite handy. I just wrap it up in a wrap the nectarine up in a couple of things of kitchen roll, and then just put them in a little bag. So I have kitchen roll with me to be able to mop up the juices, and then the bag then to put all the rubbish in. So I just thought I'd share that that's quite a really useful thing to do. See you in a bit. Okay, so just waiting for my partner to come through for lunch, but we got some jacket potatoes, some lighter soft cheese, but there's not a lot in here, so I'll probably just let my partner have the rest of that because there's not a lot in there. Because I've also got this Moroccan style grains, which are 6.5 cents for half the pack, and so I thought that might be really nice. I know it's high cents, but it's sort of like a savvy sin, isn't it? So I thought that'd be quite nice. It's with bulgur wheat and chickpeas in the Moroccan style spice dressing. Whoop, dropped it in the beans. I've got in there is goes all microwaved up carrot, water chickpeas, bulgur wheat, red quinoa, kale, sunflower oil, dried apricot, oh that's telling me what it is, coriander, cumin, mint, cinnamon powder, salt, chilli, ginger puree, lemon zest, garlic puree, smoked paprika and black pepper. So this, and there's also some sweet corn and beans left over from the other day. I made a real mess with that. Scrape it off, get some kitchen, and some beans and a bit of salad over here. Got some, my partner has a bit of coleslaw probably, some mixed salad leaves, and some superfood. The reduced superfood they were £1.09. Mix of delicate wild rocket, spinach, baby kale, pepper cress, baby chard, crunchy beetroot. So theoretically, this meal will be 6.5 cents for half the Moroccan style grains, and some apple as well, just from leftover from making a sandwich for my son. Hello, just arrived at work, but I'm just going to finish up the we've got a little half hour before I've to open the shop. I just need to finish up yesterday's video because I ran out of time and didn't manage to video everything else. So I think I got up to basically my lunch, and then after that I took Benjamin to dance class, so basically I had to sort of pack up a bit of food there, and I think I was very full from my lunch, so I didn't eat anything sins or have the extra bees there but then on the way, so I got home, I think I had some Diet Coke because I just have a little bottle of own brand Diet Coke with me. I don't drink it all the time, but I just have it there just in case I need something just to help me out, and I find it's kind of better than chewing gum, because I think chewing gum makes me, because I used to use chewing gum to stop me snacking on things, chewing gum makes me feel like I'm not allowed to eat, whereas Diet Coke feels like a tiny little pick-me-up. I might say I'd maybe drink 500 mils every couple of days or something. I don't tend to drink it every day, but it's there just in case I need something and then I'm struggling, and that just helps me not just eat food instead. So, well, let's say food, let's say it helps me not just eat sugary foods or crisps, or I don't know, making bad choices. So I think I did that, and then when I got back I had some coffee and I had 2 hi-fi bars. The hi-fi bars were the salted caramel ones, and I made a decision because I only had 4 left, and I thought, well, I'll save them for the week. I think I made the decision that I was very likely to want to eat the rest of them, so I gave 2 to my partner and 1 each to each of my children, and then they're gone now, and I think I'm going to make the choice not to buy them in the future. I am instead going to go down the route of these packets of nuts. So Sainsbury's have this little bag of Brazil nuts hanging about in my bag for a little while. It's a small packet and it is 28 grams. I think from my counting, kind of feeling them. I think there's 10 in here, so it's basically one healthy extra, plus I think it ended up being 1 sin per Brazil nut, I think, when I counted it before. 3, 4, 5, so it'd be like however many extra sin. I'll have to sort of count them when I actually open it up, but it'll be 1 healthy extra B plus however many sins. So I think I might go down this route instead and have the kind of Brazil nuts. I feel like maybe there's about 8 in there on 10. So I'm experimenting with, normally I might use a hi-fi bar at this point, you see, I get to work. Previous to this point as well, I've been using wholemeal bread and make myself a sandwich, wholemeal bread with peanut butter and fruit in it. But I end up not having opportunity to make that sandwich, and I just think, well, just make it easier for myself because I just have hi-fi bars. But I think maybe what I might choose to do is just have a packet of nuts first thing anyway, do it like that. So at the moment I've had coffee and almond milk this morning, and then I think I'll just have those packet of nuts. I might not have it now, but I've got it accessible for the morning then if I want to have some. And I think then that fits well, because then lunchtime I'll have my lunch, and then after school I've got sins to use. I have a small packet of fava beans that I've brought with me that I'll probably have, which now obviously I know that they're broad beans. I was interested to see that, because I was looking at the, well, I thought, well, maybe I'd do the chickpea thing again, you know, with your roasted chickpeas. But chickpeas, what was it? 25 grams of chickpeas is 55 calories, and 25 grams of peanuts is only like 70 calories. Or so. Like there's not a lot of calorie difference between chickpeas and peanuts. And because you know when they say about, oh, you know, when if you're doing chickpeas roasted, you just send them the same as peanuts. And there was always a bit of me thought, well, there's no fat really, is there, in chickpeas? But actually the calorie is very similar. So I think I understand a bit better now that it's, you know, it's quite similar. So because I thought, well, maybe I can make my own chickpeas and that'd be a bit, you know, less sins. But it's basically the same. And also I'm never going to get around to roasting my own chickpeas. That's not going to happen. So I thought I'll stick to these then, these little fava beans. I think these are good because they come in small packets. Because I know you can get the large ones where they're the large packets are you can get, you know, a larger amount of fava beans, and I was thinking about that and then kind of make them into small units, but I used to do that before, and the temptation is to eat a lot more than you necessarily would. Whereas these, there's only 5 packets in a thing, so it's a small amount. I know that, and it's £2.50 or something for 5 packets, so it's quite expensive. But on the other hand, you don't have a large thing to just go, well, in that case I'll just eat some of them. It's limited, but it's tasty, and I think it works quite well. But they're not tasty enough for me to want to eat these all the time. So these have been hanging about in my bag for quite some time, and I've not eaten them. And that doesn't mean I don't like them, because they are tasty, but they're foods that aren't calling to me all the time, which is a very helpful food to have. Same as the Brazil nuts. The Brazil nuts have been in there for quite some time and they've not been calling to me, so I think I'm safe with these. And I thought then I can just vary the small packets. So I think these were like maybe 70p or something like that for a small packet of Brazil nuts, and I would only need some on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I only need some on 4 days. So I think 4 packets of them, and I think that would work well. And I wouldn't necessarily have Brazil nuts all the time. I might have different fruits and nuts, but I thought if I just basically stick to about a healthy extra B plus a few sins, that would probably work out well. Lidl's do have cheap little packs of nuts. They sort of like the grey, they've got their own kind of version of the Grays nuts and those sorts of things. So I thought maybe I might go down that route, but I don't know whether I'm sensible to go to Lidl's. Because it's a bit, I don't think it's a good idea for me to go to shops. I'll just have my online shop and leave it at that. But it might be worthwhile every now and again just going to go and get a bulk load of those types of foods. and have them in the shop so I can just have one a day. But again, I don't know if it's sensible to have that much all in the shop all at once, just in case I get struggles and then I just want to eat it all. So that's going to be so it's going to play around with that then and see how that goes. So yesterday then I had my Hi-Fi bars. That was one Healthy Extra B, and then after that I think I had nectarine, and I had my lasagna, which was 5 sins for, like, so I make a batch of lasagna and it's 5 sins because of this garlic and herb soft cheese in it. So that basically left me on, what was that, 6.5 for the kind of Moroccan grains, and 5, so it was, I had to use my brain, I think about 12 sins, we round up to 7 and then 5, so about 12 sins yesterday plus my Healthy Extra B. So yeah, good. And also, I don't know whether I said already, but I'm 10 stone 9, weighed in at group yesterday and 10 stone 9, so we'll see what this next week brings. I've got more confidence in myself. I've helped myself in lots of ways to just kind of enjoy my food, but not put myself in so many risky situations. And yeah, I shall stop the video here and then do another one for today. Bye.